Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, nice to see you again. I want to talk to you a bit about cryptocurrency, and I have an exciting exclusive opportunity with XRP I want to talk to you about. No, not really, some of you will already be aware, but I briefly lost my channel this week. I was hacked. My Google account was compromised, my YouTube channel was compromised, taken over by crypto scammers, then deleted, and at one point thought everything was gone. If you're seeing this, hopefully it's back. But I wanted to talk to you about what's happened, so whether you've got a YouTube channel or not, and you're just worried that this kind of thing could happen to you again, hopefully I can give some context as to what happened, why it happened, what you can do to avoid it, how worried you should be. Yeah, I'll tell you the story. As a little bit of background, I work in IT. I have qualifications that say I'm an expert in various things, one of those things being cybersecurity. So the irony is not lost on me that this happened to me. The fact that I was actually sitting an exam the day this happened to me, which gave me a qualification from Microsoft to tell me I was an expert in this very thing. That was a bitter pill to swallow, but yeah, I got hacked. It happens. There's no two ways about it. It happened. It happens all the time. I am an individual in this case. There are companies out there who spend hundreds of thousands, if not millions of pounds in cybersecurity and still get hacked. I don't have that kind of budget, so I'm relying on the same thing most people are relying on, which is a bit of nous, a bit of keeping your eyes open, checking out what's going on, and I think I'm better placed than most people to spot these things. The goal here for the hackers is they want to get control of my asset. My asset in this case is a YouTube channel. They can then take that over and put out some spammy videos and live streams, hopefully cashing in on my cachet. Not that I necessarily have cachet, but YouTube would immediately spot this if this was a new channel doing this, whereas if it's an established channel with a decent sized following, they get away with it for a little while. So they take over my channel, they run a live stream, they run ads, whatever it is that they're doing that has links to websites to buy cryptocurrency, to buy whatever it might be, and they scam people. So in this case it was XRP crypto. They were wanting you to buy it, claiming that it would give you double whatever you bought because they're just such awesome people. Some of the techniques they use to this is obviously they will change all my channel branding, they changed the channel name, they made it look like it was a full channel all about crypto and experts discussing this thing. They had loads of bots on the live stream to make the live stream look like it had 70,000 to 80,000 viewers at one point, so any unsuspecting person could come along and go, well, this must be legit, I'll do that. And they really only need to get one or two people to do that to make the money that it costs to do all this back. So that's why they do these kind of things. That's what happened. Ultimately, YouTube stepped in after lots of people, including myself, went help, and shut it down, and they made the channel go away. The scary part of it was for a good while YouTube were telling me, that's it, it's gone, ain't coming back, no coming back from that. We've deleted it. It is an X channel. It is no more. But thankfully, now, hopefully, it is back indeed. How this happened, there's a few, they call them attack vectors, there's a few different types, but there's a fairly simple and established way. As I say, I've got some experience in this area, so I can spot them usually when it happens, and it happens to me quite a lot. It's usually unknown person offers you something that seems too good to be true. 99 times out of 100, that's exactly what it looks like, and you can go, well, if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true, and it's not right. I get them quite a lot. If you run a YouTube channel, you often get lots of emails, lots of spams, lots of offers to partner with people to do various things. So, for instance, recently I got one from Toblerone that was this close to getting me, because I love a Toblerone. Who doesn't love Toblerone? And it was only after I had engaged, I had replied to the email, God, sin of all sins, that they asked me to download something and run it to sign a document, that I went, right, damn it, it's a scam. I'm not getting free Toblerones for life. But that's how they get you. They offer you something that's enticing, and it ultimately will, again, 99 times out of 100 will ask you to install something on your computer which lets them take control. It's probably the wrong term to use. But they get their foot in the door to your system. And there are many different ways of doing this. They can be like cookie hijacking, they call it. I won't go into anything technical because I don't think it's that relevant. But basically, they get to trick whatever system it is, in this case YouTube, that they are me. And when they get access to my YouTube channel, or my Google channel in this case, they immediately just rip it all to pieces. They change my passwords, they change my recovery email, they change my recovery telephone number, they change my recovery keys. Anything that you do that Google or whoever it is encourages you to do to secure your account, they change all that immediately. So when you go in to go, oh, something's wrong here, can I recover my account? You no longer can, because they've changed all the keys. You have no information to prove you are who you say you are, and you're out. You're done. And for hours, that was the situation I was in. I could not get anywhere. There is no number to phone. There is no person to email. It's click this link, try this recovery method. Nope, you can't recover this. Sorry, start a new account. It is infuriating. In the end, I got help by going onto Twitter, which is ridiculous that you have to go into a third party to ask and beg for help. Speaking to YouTube support there rather than Google support. And eventually that, as well as a bunch of people reaching out on my behalf, got me some support, and we eventually got back in and got everything recovered. Loads of cleanup to do, and I'm still doing lots of the cleanup, to be fair, but that was the timeline that it took it there. Now, they got me by getting my Google account, so there are lots of lessons I can learn about this. Maybe I shouldn't use my main Google account to be running my Aquarium Adventures YouTube channel from, because that Google account also had all my family safety stuff, the kids' parental controls. I had documents and things which were not necessarily sensitive, but important. I had kids who are doing exams at the moment and are submitting papers this week. Gone. All gone. I had backups. Thankfully I had backups. But for a time, there was genuine worry. Phone numbers stopped working. Google Sync had deleted contacts and things in my kids' phone. My kids didn't know what my phone number was anymore because it was just gone. It was quite a long-reaching and impactful thing. So yes, my YouTube channel is important to me because it's kind of my hobby, it's my thing, but it's not the end of the world. It's just me being an idiot on the internet talking about fish. There was actual important things that were at risk for a certain amount of time. There's nothing that can be done from it. I don't think anyone will ever be found and blamed for this type of thing. It happens. It's life. If they want to get you, they'll get you. It's a profitable business for someone, so that's why we end up in this situation. I'm not entirely sure what it was that got me. I didn't open anything. I didn't click a link. I noticed that the email address my recovery email was changed to had sent me an email that day claiming to be from, I'm getting my bathroom refurbished at the moment, and it was claiming to be from a bathroom supplier, trying to organise a delivery. Now, I didn't click the link in that email, because it was wrong. The spelling was wrong, the grammar was off, it didn't really make sense. I hadn't ordered the thing it said I was going to order. I did open the email and I inspected the email to check whether it was actually from DPD, this is the delivery company around here, and saw that the email address wasn't a DPD email address, even though it was masked to look like one, and deleted the email. That's what all the advice says you should do. If you're not sure about something, delete the email. I did that. That is the very email that showed up as my recovery address. So I don't know whether there's something in that I missed, and just by opening the email I got caught, or they had sent me one previously that I missed. Can't find any evidence of such a thing, because quite often what attackers will do will be they'll get you, and then they'll lay dormant for a time, and it won't be for several days, weeks later that they actually do the attack. They're checking to make sure that they've got the control they think they've got. So I can't find anything that looks like I have done anything, and I think that's the wrong attitude to have. It's never good to blame the victims for something. Yes, there are ways to protect yourself, but I was using strong passwords. I was using all the correct protocols. nothing wrong with my internet usage. I am not a particularly lackadaisical internet user. I know everything there is to know about internet security. I got. It was a targeted attack. You will be got if they want to get you. So, as I say, I was targeted because I had an asset worth targeting, so majority of the population I don't think need to be worried about this kind of thing. I've been speaking to people on my Discord and stuff, and there's lots of advice flying around like, oh, don't install this browser, install that browser, or make sure you've got a password that takes 5 billion years to crack. There's a line, and you don't need to go past it. You should have a strong password. Do not reuse your passwords. Don't click links in emails. Other than that, just make sure you have backups of anything that's important to you, because the only way to look at this is just assume that it will all disappear. And what would you want if that happened? Make sure you've got any photos you need, any documents you need, have offline copies of these things, and don't be too scared. It probably won't happen. There's lots of information out there that you can find where you'll see posts about, well, if you have a password that has 12 characters rather than 8, it will take 1 billion years rather than 1 million years to crack your password. Think about that for a second. Why does that matter? Who's waiting 1 million years to crack your password? Nobody. These are useless stats put out by companies trying to sell you antivirus. Just think about it properly. Have a passphrase rather than a password. Have lots of letters, numbers and things, and that's fine. Don't reuse the same password in multiple places. I had my Discord hacked recently, my Discord account hacked recently, because I used the same password as I had used in another place. It was for a Chrome extension that had a data breach. Nobody knew about the data breach until after it happened, obviously, but my username and password, they just go around, they try them on all different other sites. I hadn't even realised I'd used the same password. But there you go. It happens to the best of us. I do, however, want to say a final word to everyone that helped. I was legitimately blown away by people reaching out. And not even people reaching out, without reaching out on my behalf. Lodging requests, whether it was channel subscribers reporting the video, sending me messages in all forms of social media to say, I think your channel's been hacked, or just sharing commiserations like, oh god, that must be horrible, or actually reaching out on my behalf to, whether it's YouTube. There was loads of creators, I can't possibly list them all, but for instance, JT Keeping Fish, Adam 7 Fish Tanks, Bentley Pasco, Aquarium Co-op, Fish Shop Mats, Aquarium Daily, and more. All, even if it wasn't actually doing anything, just messages of support, and yeah, it was quite touching. I often think it's just me here. I'm not a company. It's just me. This is a very lonely business. I sit here and I make videos and do silly things on the internet and don't really think about other people being out there in the world or caring or being interested in the slightest at what's going on over here. So the fact that so many people reached out, and I heard from others that so many others were aware of it and sending me messages or good wishes or offering help and whatever it might be. And like I say, I've mentioned a few there, but there was loads more. Yeah, it was really quite touching. So I just wanted to give a huge thank you, because yeah, I did not expect it. At the end of the day, I was gutted, because this has been 10 years or more of, I hasten to say work or effort, because it's not that difficult, but I put a lot into this channel. I've put a lot of time into this channel. There's 800 odd videos. To see it gone so quickly, and especially for such a long time, being told that was the case, it was gone, yeah, I was a bit gutted. I was more upset about the personal side of things, but that was my fault and that's my issue to fix. But yeah, dozens and dozens and dozens of messages, if not hundreds. Thank you. I'll try not to let it happen again. If you wouldn't mind, come along to my live stream Friday night 9 p.m. I've got a new target to beat because my last live stream got nearly 80,000 viewers. I think my next best after that was 120, so you've got some making up to do. See you in the next one. Bye.